grade, or even from 5th grade to 6th grade into middle school, that the transition is more seamless.
Okay.
So one concrete example, it's really simple. Like in 3rd grade, they have to know their numbers up into the thousands.
Okay.
Be able to round and all the things to 1,000. When they get into 4th grade, it's to 1,000,000.
Okay.
And so there's a huge gap there for a teacher to address when they transition from 3rd grade to 4th grade. So there were some revisions that were made to the standard to help bridge that gap.
Makes sense.
In other instances, like symmetry, for example, it's always been there, it's existed, but it may not appear in the same grade level as it did before.
Okay.
So some standards have shifted in grade levels, as well as where some gaps were, some revisions. So it's nothing to be afraid of. It's not new math. It's not a brand new thing. It's not like Common Core, but just so that there's true cohesion and the attempt for seamlessness of learning concepts and understanding concepts, so that by the time they get to 10th grade and pathways become available, that they can access multiple pathways to support whether they want to go into higher education or whether they want to pursue a career.
All right, good to know. And I know that this is going to have some changes at the high school level, which is going to be very different, especially what you and I took when we were in mathematics in high school. So tell us about that a little bit.
So when Good afternoon, and welcome to this meeting for the Board of Education. This meeting is being televised live on AACPS TV and streamed on AACPS YouTube channel. General information and protocols for the meetings are posted on the sign by the doorway as you enter the room, so please make sure that you read those if you have not already. The invocation. O God, we pray to administer that which is just in all educational policies, being ever mindful of your guidance. Stir us to action with love, wisdom, and understanding. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 2.03, approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Do we have consensus? Thank you. Item 2.04, establishment of the agenda order. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have consensus? Yes. Thank you. We're going to move on to public comments on the agenda item for agenda and non-agenda items. This is the one opportunity that the board provides to hear the views and receive the advice of community members. The members of this board appreciate hearing from interested citizens. As appropriate, we will refer your concerns to the superintendent for follow-up by his staff. While we encourage public input on policies, programs, and practices within the purview of the board and the school system, this is not the proper forum to address specific students or employee matters or to comment on matters that do not relate to the public or public education in Anne Arundel County. And I am going to put on my glasses. Thank you. I remind everyone that inappropriate personnel remarks or other behaviors that disrupts or interferes with the conduct of this meeting are out of order. Persons who otherwise disrupt or disturb this meeting will not be allowed to continue their remarks and will be asked to leave the meeting. It is not the board's general practice to engage in questions or answer sessions with the speakers. For the record, please give your name before speaking. Handouts should be given to the board assistant. I ask the speakers to observe the 2-minute rule. A yellow light will shine when you have 30 seconds remaining, and a tone will sound when your time has expired. Please conclude your remarks when you hear the tone. If you continue or after the time has expired, the microphone will be turned off. I also ask that the speaker be turned off if he or she address specific students or employee matters or comment on matters not related to public education in Anne Arundel County. And with that, we will start off with the public comments in person. The first person up is Ms. Christine Spurlock. Good afternoon.
Sorry, this is my first time here.
And thank you for your patience.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Do I just start?
Yes, you just
Okay,
start.
Great. Hello, thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Christine, and I have an incoming kindergartner to Arnold Elementary. My husband is a federal government worker in D.C., and I'm in healthcare, meaning we both work outside of the home with no option to work from home. This means my son requires aftercare, which is not offered at the school. The topic I would like to discuss today is regarding the transportation bus regulations, specifically around the Exceptional Transportation Request Form, or the ETR, and the overcrowding clause, which states the following. If the bus becomes overcrowded, exceptional transportation request students will be removed to reduce the overcrowding. This regulation is inherently biased against families in which caregivers work outside of the home. Those of us with children and before and after care are doing so out of necessity. There is no one at home outside of traditional school hours. Thus, alternative childcare has been made. We are not choosing to pay upwards of $300 or more per week because we want to, it's because we have to. It is our last resort. If there are people at home in our neighborhood to take them, family to watch them, outside of the traditional school hours, we would already be utilizing them. The uncertainty surrounding the overcrowding clause is outdated and should be reconsidered and updated. These students at alternative pickup and drop-off locations are still accounted for in your numbers at the beginning of the year. Your available bus seats and total children are still the same amount, meaning there's a way to support all children no matter their pickup or drop-off location. In other words, we're able to accommodate all students if they were going home, so why can we not accommodate the same number going to a different location? There are changes that can be made to your current process. Similar to registering for kindergarten, you can have families register for the bus and which stop ahead of the school year, giving you more accurate information prior to the start of the school to form your bus routes. This will eliminate the 2-week wait where they hand count each student on each bus to determine if there's enough space for the children with the ETRs, especially since there's still no guarantee that the issue will be resolved at 2 weeks or that a change will be made again mid-year. It would also mean less stress on you and your transportation team, not to mention the children impacted. Research shows that establishing a routine early is vital to the positive learning environment, especially for incoming kindergartners. Anyways, that's all. Thank you. The papers are over there.
Thank you. Next up is our virtual public comment on non-agenda items. Our first speaker is Mr. Grayson Morgan.
Yes, hello.
Can
Thank
hear
you for allowing me to address the board virtually. My name is Grayson Morgan. I'm a parent in the district, and I'm following up on the persistent traffic and pedestrian safety issues that seem to be plaguing our school district. For over a year and a half, I have been promoting the mitigation of missing crosswalks, crosswalk signage, and general traffic safety for the South River High School cluster where my children attend or in that feeder. I feel that after a year and a half, achieving an success rate of only 5 painted crosswalks out of 9, while that may make me an excellent baseball player, would be a fail in most circumstances, particularly when dealing with child safety. I have been closely tracking the $9,000 circulation and pedestrian safety analysis report that the district has been sitting on since November of last year. Only recently this summer had work commenced in the South River parking lot to address those issues that the report said were immediate. What I discovered in going to the campus was that only 2 of the 3 crosswalks in front of Central Middle School had been painted, and none of them had any of the signage recommended. But more seriously, the traffic pattern within the South River parking lot has been completely redesigned, which was not the recommendation in the report. They have made the dual access a single access, but have not put up any one-way traffic signs for folks exiting the parking lot. Also, the entrance on the main road has been reversed from the recommendation. So
Thank you. Your time has expired.
Yet the road still has arrows pointing to a do not enter sign. I feel if this is not corrected by Monday, there are going to be serious traffic issues and possibly people becoming injured or perhaps even killed. This is very serious.
Thank you. Next up is Ms. Karina Zodi.
Hello, dear board members. I'm Karina Zodi, PBW. The teleworking time was a valuable benefit that came at no additional cost to the district while enabling me to efficiently complete essential job responsibilities. Telework days provided uninterrupted time for tasks such as analyzing data, documenting interventions, planning interventions based on data needs, coordinating services with community agencies, and completing other critical duties. The nature of the PBW role requires balancing crisis response, students and family meetings, school-based consultations, attendance interventions, home visits, and extensive documentation. During a regular workday, these responsibilities often compete for attention. Telework days allowed for increased productivity by diminishing interruptions and providing dedicated time to completing required tasks in timely manner. We have consistently demonstrated how teleworking days were used responsibly and effectively to support the schools we serve. Telework also increased efficiency by reducing time spent commuting between locations, allowing more time to be devoted to work-related responsibilities. During periods when budget constraints limited opportunities for financial incentives, This flexibility serves as an important form of recognition and support. It contributed positively to employee morale and job satisfaction while helping PBWs maintain the high level of service expected by the district. Keeping telework option demonstrates trust in professionals who have consistently met performance expectations and have shown that telework can be used effectively to enhance productivity and support district goals at no additional cost. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next up is Katrina Howlett.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Kate Howlett. I've just celebrated my 22nd work anniversary as a school psychologist in AACPS. I'm testifying today about the discontinuation of the 5 telework days for 12-month Unit 1 employees. You may not be aware of how important these telework days are to school psychologists, and I wanted to share some of the benefits. This telework time allows school psychologists to complete required job duties, such as Medicaid billing, writing psychological assessment reports, completing IEPs, and writing quarterly progress reports. School psychologists must complete a great deal of detailed and time-consuming paperwork to meet special education requirements. We're also crucial members of many IEP team meetings that must be held within strict compliance timelines. The telework days offer opportunities to focus on these parts of our job without the regular interruptions related to student behaviors and crises. The telework days can also be helpful when a school psychologist has a sick child, for example. You can use a telework day and still participate virtually in scheduled IEP meetings. When IEP meetings have to be rescheduled due to the absence of the psychologist, it impacts the entire school-based team as well as the family. These telework days were a much valued benefit that allowed school psychologists to effectively complete assigned tasks in a timely manner. Further, these telework days help school psychologists to feel that our work was valued and that efforts were being made to recognize the unique challenges and responsibilities of our position. School psychologists are left out of the blueprint. We have no access to a career ladder. We do not get a stipend for holding our national certification. We get paid less than other Unit 1 employees for having a doctoral degree on our pay scale. In fiscally lean times where financial incentives are not available, these telework days are a low-cost acknowledgement of our hard work in the face of increasing student behaviors, mental health concerns, and special education requirements. We implore that you reinstate the 5 telework days for 12-month Unit 1 employees. We value this benefit and would greatly appreciate its continuation so that we can best serve our schools and the system. Thank you sincerely for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Next up is Stephanie Jones.
Good afternoon. I hope you all can hear me. I am Stephanie Jones. I too am a pupil personnel worker here celebrating 17 years in Anne Arundel County. And I thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to speak to you all about the importance of reinstating the 5 telework days for 12 months employees. It's very paramount that these days be returned. As a pupil personnel worker, we are often not given confidential space to complete our duties. Oftentimes we work from home, we're sharing offices, we're in teachers' lounges, we're in our cars. We are working from places as best as we can to fulfill the confidentiality agreement and working with families that are homeless or in domestic violence shelters or any of these other things that we are the first line of defense for. If anyone wanted to think back to the pandemic times, pupil personnel workers created multiple different programs that are still in use today that are countywide to help address student attendance, help address resources for families. And this was all done because we were able to have a quiet moment in our homes or wherever we chose to work from on those days outside of a school, without bells ringing, without disruption, without, again, sharing space. I personally have been given a room at one of my schools. I have 4 different schools. I had been given a room where there were 6 other department chairs in there. I never even set up a desk because I cannot take one phone call with 6 other sets of ears hearing what I'm saying to the person, even if they have no idea who I'm talking to. I cannot stress enough the need for confidentiality, the lack of pupil personnel worker workspace, And I heard Ms.
Please
Howlett,
conclude.
and I will echo what she said. We too are the lowest paid if we get a doctorate. There is no upscale ladder for us.
Thank you.
There is no acknowledgement in the blueprint.
It's concluded. Thank you. All right, that concludes all of our speakers for today. If you did not get a chance to complete your testimony, please provide it to the board administrators. But with that, that closes out the public comments. Moving on to the president's report, item 4.01. Oh, we do have a PTA report? Oh, nice. Oh, hi. Sorry, we have a nice report. All right, first up is item 4.01. I apologize, Ms. Crichton, I did not see you. We have the PTA report.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, Dr. Bedell, board members and guests, and a special welcome to our newest student member of the board, Sarah Hamdawi. Hopefully I said that right. My name is Lisa Crittenden, and I'm the president of the Anne Arundel County Council of PTAs. AACC PTA is excited to begin the 2026-2027 school year. We hold virtual monthly meetings. A meeting schedule will be posted soon, and information will be sent out to all our PTAs on how to register to attend. We are currently recruiting PTA members to join our board. We have openings for a second VP of legislation, reflections committee chairs in training, and nominating committee members. Please email info@aaccpta.org to find out how to apply. To further our mission to help Anne Arundel County PTAs to remain in compliance, we have 3 more upcoming financial review sessions, with one this evening and one in September and one in October. Email info@aaccpta.org to get more information. AACC-PTA is excited for the 2026-2027 National PTA Reflections Program. This year's theme is What My Culture Means to Me. The National PTA Reflections Program is an arts program for students in grades pre-K to 12. Arts categories include dance choreography, film production, photography, music composition, literature, visual arts, and special artists. Student artists compete at the local, county, state, and national PTA level. AACC PTA's deadline for local PTA submissions is December 11th, 2026. If your PTA is interested in participating, please contact the AACC PTA Reflections Chairs at reflections@aaccpta.org. To learn more about the program, visit the Reflections page on the National PTA website at pta.org/reflections. Please let us know how we can support your PTA by contacting us via our website at aaccpta.givebacks.com or by emailing us at info@aaccpta.org. Please help us keep your PTAs in compliance by updating your newly elected officers into your GiveBacks account. If you have questions about accessing your PTA GiveBacks account, please email us at info@aaccpta.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And last year we had some beautiful art, so I encourage all of our students to participate. This year I'd like to be part of the committee that's going to, receive some of the art.
What's that?
You're giving the art away after, No? No? Okay. It was beautiful art, so I love art, and if there's some donations out there, I'm available. Okay, no? All right. All right, everybody. Next up is the President's report. My report is very short. We've had a great summer, and I'm going to first of all begin by welcoming everyone back to school. As we begin the new academic year across Anne Arundel County Public Schools, I would like to share a few reflections from my recent visits to schools and community events throughout the county. Over the past several weeks, I've had the privilege of attending back-to-school celebrations across this county. I've had the privilege also of attending education recognition ceremonies and new teacher welcome events. Our community reached out and they delivered. They had a collective demonstration of strength, dedication, and unity across AACPS. At every school I visit, I witness an unwavering commitment to student success, from administrators and teachers to support staff, families, and community partners. There, they shared a sense of purpose, focused on ensuring that every student begin this year was prepared to belong, grow, and succeed. The energy, the optimism, the professionalism that I observed reaffirms that our schools remain at the heart of our community. One of the highlights this year was attending the Air and Space Force Recognition and Teacher of the Year recognition at events at Meade High School and Annapolis Middle School. Thank you very much to the Air and Space Force Association for their recognition of what is a reflection of classrooms shaping the character, confidence, and future aspirations of the students. We are fortunate to have such outstanding professional leaders inside of our schools. I'm also honored to participate in the welcome back and new teacher recognition activities that consisted of a new teacher orientation. What an amazing job that the AACPS staff did in welcoming our new teachers to AACPS. So congratulations, Dr. Bedell, to you and your staff for an amazing day. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our board superintendent for his leadership and unwavering commitment to education excellence over the summer. I witnessed you in your commitment to not only the children, and the students. But one thing that our superintendent did not do is he did not get into the dunk tank, and our students were sorely disappointed that they were not able to dunk him at the back-to-school event. Also along is I got to give a shout out to Christina Corona, our president, who attended the back-to-school event and supported us with her unwavering success and continued advocacy for our teachers and students. So, Ms. Corona, thank you very much. And she also did not get in the dunk tank. The teachers, along with the dedication of countless educators, volunteers, and staff holders, helped create a condition for success in every classroom. And so next year at our back-to-school event, Dr. Bedell and Ms. Corona has committed to getting into the dunk tank. So thank you, everyone, for your tireless efforts to prepare our schools. Thank you to all of our contributors that donated well over 1,800 backpacks filled with school supplies and kits, and another 2,000 kits, super kits, that will go to schools across our county. So I thank you very much for your contributions. I look forward for the continuous visits through back-to-school visits and working alongside all of the staff from AACPS, along with our stakeholders, and ensuring that every AACPS student has access to opportunity, support, and that they deserve. Together, through partnership and purpose, we empower every student to belong, grow, and succeed. Thank you. And with that, we are up to moving on to item 4.02, our superintendent's report.
All right, thank you, Madam President. And there's a number of things where we can be voluntold on. I'm not getting in no, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm struggling now with the plunge, when we do the plunge event, the polar bear plunge. They've already convinced me to at least dip my feet in the water, and I'm struggling because that weather out there, I just don't know. Look, I admire people who go out and jump in that water when it's literally 10 degrees outside. Okay, yes, ma'am. All right, so let's get into the presentation. Thank you, Madam President. There's a lot going on, as you will hear, in our readiness for opening of schools presentation in a few minutes, and I am really excited for the start of this school year. Before that, however, I want to close out our class of 2026 celebrations by saluting the nearly 4 dozen students who walked across the stage at our summer graduation ceremony. It was a thrill to be able to celebrate their perseverance and commitment to completing their educational journey with us. I also want to thank all of the staff involved in our summer school program for their efforts. As you all know, we will await the class of 2026 graduation rate data, but there is a lot of promise just with the work that's been done in this county that these numbers that will come in, I guess, February sometime, will show that we're doing really good work in that space. Congratulations also to Southern High School's Jennifer Davison for being named the Gilder Lehrman Institute of American History's 2026 Maryland History Teacher of the Year. Ms. Davison has worked for AACPS for 29 years, and this is now her 22nd year at Southern. again, highlighting the phenomenal educators and employees that we have here in Anne Arundel County. So congratulations again to Ms. Davison. We had a great ribbon cutting yesterday for our newest charter school, the New Village Academy. I'm really excited about the approach New Village is taking. I think this is an opportunity to create an incubator of innovation within AACPS that allows us to explore new approaches to student engagement and success. Tomorrow, we'll have ribbon cuttings at the Carver Early Education Center and Marley Glen School at Severn Run, two other settings that offer great opportunities for students. I'm really excited to see these schools as well. And finally, please make time to come out to our annual Stuff the Bus event tomorrow at Old Mill Middle School South and donate school supplies for students. The event runs from 3 to 7 p.m. I'll be there, and I know some members of our school board will be as well. We'd love to see you. Thanks to our Education Foundation and Old Mill Middle School South Principal Linda Chandler for leading this effort. Madam President, that concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you very much. Next up is item 5, presentations. We'll begin with readiness of opening of schools. Dr. Padell.
Thank you, Madam President. We will have staff members who will come up to take us through this presentation. Jeff Hagan, Christina Catalano, and Jessica Cutches. We are very excited as we get to this point of the year every year to provide a very transparent update to this board and to the community on our preparation as we prepare to receive students next Monday on August 24th. So at this time, I will pass it over to the staff for this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Bedell. Good afternoon, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, Dr. Bedell, and members of the board. My colleagues and I are excited to be with you this afternoon to share our annual Readiness for Opening of Schools presentation. For the record, my name is Christina Catalano. I serve as the Chief Academic Officer, and I'll allow my colleagues to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon. This is Jessica Cutches, Chief Human Resources Officer.
Good afternoon. I'm Jeff Hagan. I'm Acting Chief Operating Officer.
All right, wasn't going to get too far without that. I'm going to kick us off this afternoon by sharing the work that's been done in the Department of Academics. As you all know, all of our work in academics is aligned to priority areas 1, 2, and 3 of our strategic plan, Belong, Grow, and Succeed. I want to emphasize priority 1, ensuring that all of our students have access to high quality curriculum, academic expectations, and of course, engaging learning environments. Regardless of background, we want to ensure and empower all of our students to reach and achieve college and career readiness as well as their full potential. And we know that part of retaining our diverse and highly effective staff is ensuring that we build the capacity that they need in order to serve our students and families. This afternoon, I'm going to begin by talking about our Division of Instruction and School Performance under the leadership of Dr. Roberts, our 9 network assistant superintendents and their directors. We have continued to support our school-based leaders, ensuring that we open our schools ready to go. This summer, we hired or transferred 64 school-based administrators, 13 principals, and 51 assistant principals. I do want to say that our Ready to Lead program that prepares our assistant principals and principals continues to support our bench as each summer we go to ensure we have fabulous leaders in all of our buildings. In our Division of Specialized Instruction and Early Intervention, our division was very busy with summer programming this summer. As you know, over the summer, they continue to provide services uninterrupted to our students birth to 5. Additionally, we maintain all of our Child Find services over the summer, so assessment, development of plans, communications with our families continues through Child Find over the summer. This summer, in collaboration with the Division of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, the Division of Specialized Instruction provided extended year services to over 1,000 eligible students across 13 of our sites. And we also launched a new high-quality instructional material called Teach Town Encore for our students who participate in our alternative framework for standards. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when I discuss preparing our staff. But we were excited to be able to launch new materials for those students and the staff who serve them this summer. We've also been busy building capacity. This summer, we hosted our 3rd annual Special Education Symposium. As you can see from this picture, that also included a student panel this year. We had over 300 participants in the symposium, and this year, we actually opened registration to staff who serve students with disabilities in other LEAs across Maryland. So this was an exciting collaboration with some of our other LEAs. Our staff spent time last week at new teacher orientation, preparing our teachers and our educators who will be serving students with disabilities. We held a special education town hall, and as I mentioned, we did provide professional learning for staff serving students with disabilities, specifically those students on the alternative framework with regard to our new high-quality instructional materials and the Kaufman test of educational achievement. All of our special educators will be engaged in administering that assessment throughout this school year. And then finally, we are excited to open up and cut the ribbon for Marley Glen at Severn Run tomorrow. As you all know, this is not just the first of its kind, but it's only of its kind school within a school for the state of Maryland. And so we are looking forward to welcoming the families and the students of Marley Glen on, actually it'll be Tuesday of next week. We're doing a little bit of a delay to give our families and students time. In the Division of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment, we were very busy writing curriculum, thanks to this board approving many new courses over the course of last year. We did adopt high-quality instructional materials across several different content areas. And teachers and staff from across AACPS engaged in our Curriculum Academy writing this year, and we're excited to be able to launch curriculum aligned to these new materials. Additionally, we've been preparing for the expansion of dual language immersion. At Tyler Heights, we will expand to 4th grade, and at Maryland City, we are going to launch dual language immersion for kindergarten and 1st grade. As we have done in summers past, we hosted a summer institute for all staff that are involved in dual language immersion programs across both Tyler Heights and Maryland City. And then finally, we are refining our biliteracy plan for dual language immersion. As you know, one of our tenets or pillars of dual language is biliteracy. Our publisher, Amplify, who publishes our core knowledge language arts curriculum, CKLA, they also produce a companion, a Spanish companion to CKLA called Los Caminos. And so we have refined the biliteracy plan for Los Caminos for our staff and students in this programming. Pre-K, I know you heard a little bit about this Monday at your workshop. We are excited that we have a little over 2,600 applications for pre-K. We will launch across our 65 sites 8 co-taught classrooms where students with disabilities will be taught in the same classroom with their non-disabled peers. And we do want to highlight that all 65 of our pre-K sites are not just accredited, but have a level 5 Excels accreditation, which is the highest rating you can get for accreditation. Tomorrow, we will cut the ribbon on Carver Early Education Center. We look forward to welcoming 4-year-olds to this new program next week. I do want to provide you with some Canvas updates as we move into year 2 of implementation for Canvas. So This was exciting this summer. As you know, we have summer school virtually for our high schoolers. And this year, we were able to implement virtual summer school using Canvas. We offered 50 different courses through Canvas for virtual summer school this summer. And that was associated with 526 different sections of classes. Since we've been busy writing new curriculum aligned to new high-quality instructional materials and new courses that were approved, we are adding 104 new courses to Canvas for the start of this school year. They do span several content areas, as you can see: career technology education, elementary special education, science, and courses for our English language learners. When teachers returned on Monday, we had 1,161 courses in Canvas that will service over 65,000 sections for this upcoming school year. This division has been busy all summer providing professional learning for our teachers, our leaders, and our staff across many content areas. However, I do want to highlight 2 areas of professional learning that will continue in the next school year. We currently have 949 educators enrolled in one of the 2 MSDE approved Science of Reading courses. We will continue to offer that and expand the number of educators who are engaged in those courses. Additionally, we are using a professional learning grant in order to support the expansion of the teachers who we can have enrolled. These are free, but we are using some grant dollars to allow them to engage in these courses in community with one another. We will also be launching professional learning for elementary math teachers that will align to the new revised MSDE elementary math standards. And so shortly after we start the school year with students, we will be launching this professional learning that will touch every single one of our elementary math teachers so that they all have access to this professional learning as we implement Reveal to deliver these revised elementary math standards. Our Division of College and Career Readiness was also very busy this summer. I do want to highlight, and I know this is where the curriculum nerd in me comes out, that we worked with a nationally known curriculum designer and developer, Jay McTighe, this summer to revise and write curriculum across the Division of College and Career Readiness using the principles of understanding by design. So he is famous. It was exciting to have him here with our staff planning this summer. We've also been planning for co-curricular expansion opportunities at middle school. As you know, through our middle school redesign and as we look to reimagine middle schools for our students, several of our middle schools will be piloting different aspects of the work that was done last year by the task force in order to reimagine this experience. One of those opportunities is for expansion of co-curriculars that will take place during the school day. So in our 3 schools that are piloting a schedule, next year there will be opportunities to expand access for students during the school day, which means more students will have access to things like robotics, college and career readiness, and other extracurriculars that we typically offer. We also have been preparing for the launch of our 3 pilot CTE institutes. You know that we will be opening one at Southern in the area of agriculture, one at Meade for cybersecurity, and one at North County for hospitality. So we've been getting those schools and staff ready for this pilot. And then finally, we did expand and revise our EEE STEM curriculum and the professional learning that is associated with that curriculum for all of our EEE teachers over this summer. And then I'm gonna wrap it up with professional learning and organizational advancement. This division really provides responsive professional learning to all of our staff. I do wanna highlight 3 events that they sponsored this summer. Our annual RISE conference, which is done in partnership with our Office of Equity. This was our 3rd year of offering RISE. We had about 700 participants in RISE, and again, this was open to all of our staff. last week. Many of you were there. Thank you. The Division of Professional Learning and Organizational Advancements launched new teacher orientation, where we welcomed about 500 new educators to AACPS. And then finally, today is the first annual Teacher Assistant, Paraeducator, and Resource Personnel Summit. We were excited to launch this as we know that building the capacity of those who support our teachers in the classroom is important. And I did receive some pictures already from this morning, and there are so many attendees. I'm looking forward to getting the actual numbers, final numbers, but this is an event that we launched for the first time this year, and we're looking forward to building the capacity of these critical staff members. So at this time, I'm going to turn things over to my colleague, Ms. Kutchis, to provide an update of readiness on human resources.
Good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to update you on our hiring season. In short, retention is high, vacancies are low, and recruitment is strong. We are in a positive position to start the school year. Due to the collective efforts of this board, Dr. Bedell, our chief negotiator, and the Teachers Association of Anne Arundel County, we were able to offer competitive teacher salaries starting at over $63,000 and over $65,000 for our special educators who receive an additional $2,000 to their annual salary. This is in alignment with Strategic Plan Goal 3, investing in our staff. For the second year in a row, we were able to offer our new hires choices and compensation plans. With the option of our non-traditional teacher career ladder, with the option of our non-traditional teacher career ladder. Our new hires have shared that they appreciate having choices in compensation structures. Regardless of their selection, they like having a choice in how one is compensated. They have also shared with us that they appreciate having the option to choose a compensation pathway that aligns with their career goals, prior experience, and desired pathway for professional growth. Because of the intentional focus on educator salaries, working conditions, and a mindset to create a school system where everyone can belong, grow, and succeed, and in spite of the continued nationwide teacher shortage, we are confident that our high staffing levels will provide for a great start to the school year for our students. To give you an idea of our hiring season, I will share some numbers with you at this time. We had 1,960 applicants this year. From this rich candidate pool, we have hired 513 new Anne Arundel County public school teachers so far. As a point of reference, last year on the same date, we hired 544 new AACPS teachers. In addition to teachers, we hired 15 school counselors, 4 school psychologists, and 4 social workers. Our retention numbers continue to be higher than they were 2 years ago. Our hiring data changes daily, and we continue to hire and onboard educators who care about our students and educating our future. Our new teachers come from a variety of places, including recent college graduates, other Maryland districts, other careers, out of state, and retirement. 112 of our hires are graduates of Anne Arundel County Public Schools, and 24 were interns with us before we hired them this year. We are proud they have chosen to come home to AACPS, and we look forward to supporting them as educators. Over the past 4 years, we've seen a steady decline of classroom vacancies. For the second year in a row, we are experiencing very solid staffing levels to start the school year. I am pleased to share that as of today, we have only 23 classroom teaching vacancies. To provide context, last year at this time, we had 34 classroom teaching vacancies, and the year prior, 69. Right now, we are over 99% staffed for our classroom positions. We have 1 school counselor vacancy and 0 school psychologist, PPW, and social worker vacancies. We have 39 teaching assistant vacancies, which is down from 42 last year at this time. There are no school nurse position vacancies and 10 crossing guard position vacancies. While we continue to recruit and hire for available positions, due to the collaborative work of many different offices in AACPS, all classrooms have or will have a plan to ensure every student has a caring adult educator to support them on their first day of school. Our substitute office is ready to provide substitute teachers when educators are unable to be present in their classrooms. Substitute teacher recruitment is ongoing, and we continue to add qualified substitute teachers to our AACPS team. AACPS continues to excel in the amount of nationally board certified teachers we employ, ranking number 9 nationally for the number of nationally board certified teachers and 3rd in the state for new NBCTs. We currently have 601 active nationally board certified teachers working in AACPS. And 120 of our schools have 1 or more nationally board certified teachers on their team. Our staff is working hard to continue to fill vacancies and onboard new staff members as we speak. This summer, the HR team continued their data-driven work by regularly updating school administrators and the Division of Instruction and School Performance to ensure school-specific awareness around vacancies. I am extremely proud of the progress we have made over the last several years to fully staff our buildings with high-quality educators. The Division of Human Capital Management, along with all of Human Resources, is commended for their intentional work to improve their services to schools, candidates, and staff each and every year. Through the positive attention AACPS has received due to the quality promotions and advertisements designed by our Office of Communications and Design and Print Services, with a laser focus on data and constant communication with schools, and because of highly committed and dedicated principals, our schools have consistent and positive staffing levels they can count on. Beyond the numbers, this was the 2nd year that new teacher orientation was mandatory for all new teachers. This is a wonderful event to start all of our educators off on the right foot. They are excited to start the new school year, meet their students, and add value to their educational experience. Building off that momentum, we are looking forward to a great school year with all of our staff, who we hope to retain for years to come, as they belong, grow, and succeed with AACPS. Thank you, and I will now turn it over to Acting Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Jeff Hagan.
Great, thank you. The final portion of our readiness presentation is going to focus on our operational readiness in the areas of facilities, food and nutrition services, and transportation. Before I get into the details, I just want to recap how the work we do in operations aligns with our strategic plan, specifically Priority 5, which is building and sustaining our future, which calls on us to ensure the safety, security, and upkeep of all district facilities. In addition, all the decision-making that we do in operations is tested against 2 operational goals, and those goals are noted here, which number 1 is to increase the organizational effectiveness and efficiency by providing first-class support and service to schools, students, parents, and the AACPS community, and 2, to create a culture of trust through action with team AACPS members. And I believe you'll see the positive results that we're going to share with you today are a direct result of following these guiding principles in the work that we do every day. Starting with facilities, I am excited to share that we had a very busy and productive summer in facilities this year. We completed projects at 92 of 130 of our facilities. That work ranged from large construction and reconstruction projects to the more routine summer projects such as parking lot paving, flooring replacement, and general building repairs. And while the majority of that work has been completed for the summer, the larger projects are going to continue throughout the school year, but will do so without interruption to staff and faculty. As mentioned earlier, we did complete 2 big renovation projects this summer, the Carver Early Education Center and the Marley Glen School at Severn Run. Our team also replaced 6 school roofs, repaved 7 school parking lots and bus loops, and replaced and completed 10 HVAC and boiler system projects. We also hit a major milestone this year, which was the completion of our final secure vestibule projects. And for those who don't know, this is an initiative that started over 15 years ago, and we can now state that we will start this school year with every school having a vestibule for that added level of security for our building occupants. Our schools are fully stocked, final cleaning is underway, and we will be ready for the first day of school. All told, our operations team will have cleaned 14.3 million square feet of floor area this summer. It's pretty impressive. So I'd like to just thank for the moment our facilities, operation, and maintenance teams for all the great work and accomplishments that they pulled off in this short window that we call summer. Our operational vacancies are looking very stable. 2 years ago, we were at 35 vacancies. Last year, we were at 29, and this year, again, we were at 29 vacancies. And my thanks to Human Resources and Operations for the continued collaboration of recruitment and hiring throughout not only the summer, but the whole school year. Focusing now on food and nutrition services, food and nutrition is fully ready for and prepared for the new school year. Food and supplies are fully stocked. Deliveries have been made to every school. Our online meal benefit application is up and running. We're currently accepting applications, and we will have staff available at back-to-school nights to assist with families with that application process. We also completed our annual in-service training for food nutrition services team members this week, and that was another very successful event. This is some exciting news here. So we are seeing a great decline in our vacancy rate in the food nutrition services team this year. So 2 years ago, we were at 81 vacancies. That carried over again last year at 81. We're now down to 59, and actually, I've heard a few minutes ago, it's actually down to 57 vacancies. And that includes 40 associates, 19 manager and assistant manager positions, and we have 18 people in for processing for filling some of those associate positions. And this is not by accident. This is a collaboration between human resources, our food nutrition services team, to do additional outreach, messaging through the schools, signage, flyers, job fair that was held this past summer, and also a streamlining of the onboarding process to get staff in there faster. And those efforts have certainly paid off because we're seeing great results. And we'll continue that hiring and recruitment process throughout the school year. Our last group, transportation, has also had a very busy summer. Bus routes are completed. Bus stops have been posted for families. And our bus drivers are currently conducting dry runs to become familiar with their routes. We would like to ask for patience from our students and families as we get started with the school year. We expect a good, heavy start, but things could happen. So we just ask for patience while we get used to our new routes, our new schedules, and our new bus stop locations. We recently held a very productive and collaborative meeting with our bus contracting partners, in which we had 100% participation from all of the contractors. And I think that just continues to show that level of commitment that not only our transportation team here at AECPS, but also our bus contractors have, not only for each other, but for our students and our families. A quick broad overview of our transportation network. We will transport 59,218 students over 691 bus routes across 53,740 miles a day. That equates to over 10 million miles traveled annually. I'm also pleased to share that for the third year in a row, we have 0 bus driver vacancies to start the school year. We also have 0 van driver vacancies. We also have achieved something that we've been working on in partnership with our contractors, which is to have a 10% surplus of drivers available in the event that a daily driver is unavailable due to illness or other unforeseen circumstances, so that we can try to fulfill those routes to the best extent we can. We've achieved that 10%. We've actually exceeded it. And I'm told that the current number is 129 that are trained and ready to go, with another 39 drivers in training to further augment that bench. So very, very exciting accomplishment from our team. As I mentioned, things can happen, so unforeseen interruptions, we do ask for students and families to check the website daily just to be sure that there aren't any interruptions, or even better yet, to get real-time alerts by signing up for the Bus Alerts app. So, in conclusion, we are very excited for the upcoming school year. We're confident in the readiness work that has taken place across all divisions of the ACPS. Our staff have done an outstanding job preparing our schools, supporting our students and families, and positioning AACPS for another strong start to the school year. This concludes our readiness update, and I would like to turn it back over to President Dent.
Well, I have a lot to say, but, in the interest of having this position, I have to wait for my board members to finish, but this is awesome. So let me start off with, by show of lights, if there's board members that want to click in. Would you guys like to go in order, or do you want to do show of lights? Sure. All right, we'll start off with Ms. McDermott.
Ooh, lucky me. I just have a ton of kudos for you guys from every presentation. Christina, I'm so excited about Maryland City getting that dual immersion course. That is so exciting. Even just kindergarten and first grade, like, let's go. Jessica, the former students and interns, retaining, pulling them in, that makes me so happy. It's grow your own. I think your call outs at graduation have been working, getting that. And then finally, Jeff, way to go on reducing the food and nutrition workers. That is so exciting. Every year I've been here, there's been a number there, so I'm excited to get that filled. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ms. McDermott. Dr. Tobin? What? Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to go on that. Mr. Sickworth?
Well, I didn't have my light on, but that's not a problem. I would like to thank all of you for giving us a great update. It is so wonderful to know that we're ready for a new school year for our kids. I would like to ask a question of Mr. Hagan, and you may not know the answer right now, but so you could get me an update. But at North County High School, they're building a new press box. They're putting in a new press box with the new bleachers, and I just want to know if I'm going to have a place to announce.
Yes, but just not for the first game or two.
Okay.
Yes, and we've been working with the athletic department to relocate a couple games. But yes,
thank you so much.
We're working for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it so much. But again, we're in great shape. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sickworth. Dr. Tobin?
Thank you. Yes, I certainly have sat here in years where we had very different numbers. I think since the fall of 2021, I don't think we've seen 10% bench for bus drivers since COVID, really. So that is fabulous news. And as is all of the hiring data. I do want to know what the strategy really has been with food and nutrition, because that's been a very hard nut to crack because of hours and various other things. Anything you can add to that?
Yeah, it's not an easy nut to crack. You're correct.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was just the community outreach that we did this year, that we've done in the past, but we expanded it this year, and it seems to have paid off.
Well, that's wonderful, because as I've often said, that is an area where students who often already have the fewest resources are disproportionately impacted when we don't have food and service sufficient folks. And I know on some of the school tours last year when we'd go into the kitchen, we had folks doing double duty, and so and doing extraordinary work, quite frankly, because they love the kids. But, it's wonderful to see that number beginning to come down. So congratulations to the staff for doing that work. And I know that just, for the public, we don't actually hire the crossing guards, correct?
That is correct.
That is under the police. So, that's it's certainly a lower number than I've seen at times in the past, but that's their area. So, but it's a good one to report so families are aware. And finally, delighted to hear all of the news from the academic side of the house. And, so many good numbers. This was the first year I could not make it to this special education symposium because I was under the weather that day, but that is an extraordinary event, and I'm so glad to see it expanding, and I'm particularly grateful to see us working with other LEAs, because I think we do have some wonderful work. Marley Glenn at Severn Run notwithstanding, there are many other things that we do that are really leading. So, but I know, even though I wasn't able to be there, I heard wonderful things about it. And I want to know where the next school is where we're going to have bilingual immersion.
So the natural next expansion will be to Feeder Middle for Tyler Heights.
Yeah.
Those fourth graders are coming.
Yes.
And so we need to ensure continuity for them in a dual language immersion program.
Yeah. And then presumably there will be another elementary school down the line that we will, because Dr. Bedell knows I'm not going to shut up about this ever.
It's fine. You can definitely push it. We got a lot of things we trying to launch, and so you know what some of those things are.
I know.
So
yes.
Yeah, we will definitely figure it out, because we know dual language immersion is something that's very critical. I would also say that I think we're very fortunate right now to be in the state that we're in, because I know some states where a lot of the teachers that these dual language immersion programs have are folks who come from outside of the country.
Right.
And some of those programs are being compromised now because in certain states they are basically saying your HB1 visa is no longer valid here. And so, you know,
And
yeah, we'll try to bring them to Maryland.
I want to also mention, and I know everyone here knows this, but for the public, the value of dual language immersion is not just for non-native English speakers. It is equally valuable for the native English speakers. In fact, I believe there's good data that children benefit in their brain development in so many other areas from having bilingual exposure. And I also know that in a world where people are so uncertain about what the future is going to bring, one of the areas where your work prospects really can be enhanced is being fluent in a second language. And if you're fluent in a second language, it's way easier to learn a third. And I say this having gone through bilingual education myself. And so I don't mean in any way not to appreciate where we are, because it's fabulous, but just to give a reminder that this has value for the future of all of our students, not just any one group. And so, you know, this is something that I hope we will continue to expand, because it is in the interests of the better outcomes for all of our students.
And Dr. Tobin, I did have a parent who approached me at Van Bocklin on Saturday.
Yeah.
Basically saying, when are we going to get one at Seven Oaks?
Yep.
I said, listen, okay. But yeah, so yes.
And the only thing I would add is that middle school launch is going to be a different launch than elementary school. And so we are already in planning phases because we want to get it right.
You have to be. That is a question I've had from a number of families, either at Tyler Heights who are interested in it. They said, look, if my child's gone through bilingual, are they now going to have to turn around and go through, you know, either another language or just go back to what the typical level is? And I said, I have every confidence that our academic folks are working on that even as we speak. So you confirm what I've always assumed would be the case. And I'm just thrilled to see it. I think it will bring so many benefits. I would be remiss if I didn't say a couple more things, which is, first of all, thank you, Mr. Hagan. I know you've had to take on a lot here, and so we're very grateful to that. And Ms. Cutchess, you will be missed. Thank you for everything you've done for this school system. We're truly grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tobin. Ms. Pulliam.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your overviews. I just want to start off with these positive updates come from all the work that each of you have done over the past 3 years, and they really do tie into our outcomes. And so, Mr. Hagan, I know that you're new. I thank you for the phone calls and answering all the questions that I have coming from the community. It's really great to see how that gap has closed with our crossing guards, our nutrition, all of those things. And even all of the updates that you're doing across the district, I thank you so much, because again, all of that ties into outcomes. Ms. Hutchins, thank you for everything that you've done. I too I'm happy for you. You will be missed, but you really have left us in a really good place. So your readout today is right on point with the trajectory that you've really started since over the past 3 years. I thank you. Again, all of that ties into our outcomes, our scores. And then Ms. Catalano. Well, I don't know if your list was long enough, But hey, I'm just going to start off with the number of programs that you have worked on. The smile on your face says it all. The dual language immersion expansion, thank you, because I am definitely seeing an increase in my district in that area. I know that it's going to be, we're very thankful. The Carver Center, we're excited about that. The middle school pilots, I know change is hard, but thank you for keep pushing, because even with CKLA, we noticed that difference right away. So please just keep going. It's a pilot, keep doing that. The institutes, I thank you. I will be following up to kind of better understand where you are with those for all three and see where they're going. And again, I thank you for all three of you for always responding to us, our constituents, and thank you for putting us where we are today. Thank you.
All right, so first of all, I couldn't be more impressed. I'm always excited about the fact that we're continuing to find a way to go up, even though your boss over here keeps saying, you guys need to be careful, because there's going to be some downward trend if you keep going. And then you guys come here and go, oh, nope, no downward trend. So thank you all. I mean, Ms. Catalano, the programs that you've created, I pray that our funders are able to sustain them and make sure that the impact that you're trying to make is felt across AACPS. So thank you for always raising the bar and making sure that, I mean, we couldn't ask for a better academic director. So thank you so much for always just looking forward to what we can be and not where we are. Ms. Cutchins, so question for you. Now, you don't go out on recruitment, right? And you're not the person that's always doing all this work. So if you had some last words to say to your staff, what would they be? You want me to come back to you? Sure. Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'll come back to you. That's the warm-up, because he's getting ready to put you on the spot, too. Mr. Hagan, I just want to say that you stepped in, right? You know, I don't miss Dr. Heiser. I don't know about the rest of them, right? Wow. No, but, there's always the conversation that I have about, succession planning and for, stepping into the gap when someone leaves. So I would say that, honestly, I am very, very impressed with the work that you did even before and when he was here. You always make things plain. And what I like about you is you generally are, making sure that I understand simplicity. And I always listen to Dr. Heiser, and then I go lean over to you and go, what did he say? Right? And so I appreciate you always making sure that you keep the azimuth to making sure that things are, complex things are simple, and they're made simple. And that's why we've been able to do almost, 75% of our buildings this summer and got them to achievement and got them ready for our schools to be able to open. So congratulations to you on doing the work that you've done. And I don't know what the safety record is for someone that drives 10 million miles annually. I don't know what that safety record looks like, but I'm eager to find out what that looks like as you get ready for your next presentation. So I'm going to ask that question. So that was prep. Like, what does your safety record look like? And with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Burdell for closing comments.
Right. So we have a couple of items that I want to close out here, because this is important, because it is Jessica's last meeting here, and I will give her the floor. But I do want to, for all three of you, just say thank you for the work that you all have done in really leading your divisions. Jeff, I wanted to pull up a text message that you sent me the other day. And I reached out to Jeff, and this is really, for me, an ask of our community. We want this first week to be as smooth as possible. And I'm very appreciative that you were like, listen, there are going to be things that happen. I've opened up schools for going on, 27 years now. We've not had a perfect opening of the first day. We've been close, but we've never been perfect, because things do happen. And a small example would be, we had a light issue. I could tell you right over here at the county building, that light it was no reason for the light to be red constantly, and I'm watching traffic just pile up out here on Riva Road, and I'm thinking, man, are we doing these bus runs and the buses are just stopping, And then I saw on the weekend that it was happening and nobody was even working in there, and it kept stopping. So I reached out to Jeff and said, hey, I think we got a light issue. If we don't address this, it's going to be a logistical nightmare come Monday and Tuesday when we come back to school. So he immediately reaches out to the county, and his response was, I spoke to county executive transportation. You were correct. There was a malfunctioning device at that light. So they ended up having to reset it, and guess what? It is working because I've been watching out my office. So we'll be ready. So what I'm asking of the community, if you see anomalies and you see things that have changed, please reach out to us and let us know so we can really get on top of it and try to make sure that we can make this process of your kids returning to school go as seamlessly as possible. Secondly, to you, Christina, you know, we talked about this, and it's really a partnership that we have through HR. But one of the things we made a commitment on in the first budget was that we were going to put money in for internship opportunities for students. And so you made a comment that triggered me, and I pulled this email up that I do want to read to you because it's kudos to a lot of our staff members. And this was one of the students that we found out that she was going to be majoring in education. We went and had a conversation with her. This is what she said after her experience this summer. My name is Haley Farrell. I am so grateful to you and your team for helping me get the opportunity to have a paid internship this summer as a student intern for Summer Academy. As I mentioned during our brief discussion at the Magnet Student Award Ceremony, I have always wanted to become a teacher, and I especially wanted to gain experience in my field before my first year. You helped make that possible. I was placed at Jacobsville Elementary, and I had such a wonderful time there. The site facilitators, Miss Jen Yerke, Miss Dearborn, and Miss Powell, Bryn Powell, welcomed me in and helped me become more comfortable in the school setting. The experience has truly grown my passion for teaching, and I would love to come back next summer and eventually become an elementary teacher for AACPS. Most superintendents only care about data and statistics, but I can see how much you care about the students in your district. Thanks once again. And that's the difference that we're making with these students. And as we get out here and we try to figure out ways across all of our departments on how to bring these students in, give them these internship experiences, it fuels our pipeline for future employment. We don't have to look far to go and find people because we're developing them here. So I do want to thank you for that. And then last but not least, Jessica, I don't know, is it 18 or 19 years?
This would be the start of my 19th year.
So you've put in a lot of work. You've helped us navigate through COVID. I think you've seen the good days of us getting funding that is very supportive, and you've seen the awful days of district not even being able to do any type of COLA or even steps, and having to navigate through all of that to where we are right now. It's a huge testament to you, a testament to your team. And before I give you the floor, I also want people to know we've lost a number of employees, probably about 6 or 7 this year, all of them to promotions. Bill Heiser to superintendent, where Jessica will be going, and she will become his next chief of staff, right? We have Melissa Rawls, who's not here. She's enrolling her child in college. She will be going to Baltimore County as their chief legal counsel. And then you also have Scott
McGuire,
who was in our department working as one of the folks helping us to recruit. He's going to be a chief operating officer. So we believe in our job is to help develop our people to go on and have a larger impact. And my hope for you all is that these reports that we've been able to deliver here, you all are able to go into Baltimore County, help make that type of movement, and to be able to give these kind of updates there. We will be in good hands because you all have helped us with a strong pipeline. So I'm very confident in what we've been able to do here and what you all will be able to do. Jessica, thank you so much. And I really want to give the floor to you for really just a job well done. You'll be missed for certain.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is really a culmination of, almost 2 decades of a career that I'm extremely proud of, and I'm not going to get emotional. Dr. Patel gave me the opportunity to say something to senior staff yesterday, so I'm going to draw on that. And we always talk about the student experience, but it starts with a strong employee experience. And I can tell you, as someone that's worked here for almost 2 decades, I could not ask for a better experience, and it's because of the people that are sitting over there. They started out as coworkers and bosses, and now they're colleagues and family. And I can't thank you enough, Dr. Bedell, for helping me see myself outside of Anne Arundel County Public Schools, just like you help our students see themselves in the world. So thank you. Thank you to this board for always pushing the thinking. We always ended up in a better spot as we worked through very challenging issues. And one of the things you said that I'm really proud of is during our time, during the hardest fiscal times, we didn't lay people off. We maintained jobs and maintained health care. And people are what makes the system work. And so I just say, as Ms. Dent said, what do you say to your team? Keep supporting people the way we always have and keep doing more and do better, because we've prepared you to do that. So thank you very much. I love this place. Thank you.
Wow. She got me emotional.
And to Dr. Heiser, Dr. Heiser, that is the last staff member that you are allowed to take. You're done, okay? Just so you share that with whomever you want to. All right. Yeah, put it in the newspaper. Just let him know he's done. All right. With that, we will move on into item 6, consent award of contracts.
Motion to bundle.
Second.
Any dissent? Dr. Patel.
Thank you, Madam President. The superintendent recommends that the Board of Education authorize the award of contracts on the consent items numbered 6.01 through 6.08.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Ms. Howell?
Was there consensus on the bundling?
Yes.
Thank you. Starting with Ms. McFarland today.
Aye.
Ms. Hamdawi.
Aye.
Ms. Pulliam.
Aye.
Dr. Tobin.
Aye.
Ms. McDermott.
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth.
Aye.
Ms. Schallheim.
Aye.
And Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you. Moving on to item 7.1, administrative personnel appointments. Dr. Bedell, your recommendation?
Madam President, the superintendent recommends that the personnel listed on the attached sheets be promoted and/or appointed as discussed in executive close.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Consensus? Ms. Howell?
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Ms. Hamdawi. Aye. Ms. Pulliam.
Aye.
Dr. Tobin.
Aye.
Ms. McDermott.
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth.
Aye.
Ms. Schallheim.
Aye.
And Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you. All right, next up, policy revision, first reader. Item 7.03, redistricting and attendance. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't see 702. I thought I read that. I'm going to put my glasses back on. I apologize. I don't know, my vision is going crazy today. Item 7.02, personnel. Dr. Bedell, your recommendation.
Madam President, the superintendent recommends that the board approve the actions as stipulated on the attached sheets.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Howell?
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Ms. Hamdawi.
Aye.
Ms. Pulliam.
Aye.
Dr. Tobin.
Aye.
Ms. McDermott.
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth.
Aye.
Ms. Schallheim.
Aye.
Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
All right, now item 7.03, policy revision, first reader for redistricting and attendance areas, code JAA.
Thank you, Madam President. Grace Wilson will take us through this first read.
Thank you, Dr. Bedell. Good afternoon, President Dent, Vice President Pulliam, members of the board. For the record, I'm Grace Wilson, Director of Legislation and Policy. Policy JAA, redistricting and attendance areas, is before you on first reading before being posted for a 30-day public comment period. This policy is being updated at the request of the board to reflect the most recent redistricting process, including permitting the superintendent to hire a consultant for the purposes of advising the superintendent during the planning phase of the redistricting process. process, and altering the timeline for redistricting so that it concludes in the December of the year prior to redistricting rather than the April of the year of redistricting. And with that, I'd be happy to take any questions the board may have.
I see no lights.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Ms. Wilson. And welcome back.
Thank you.
Next up is item 7.04, Severn Elementary School deed of easement. Dr. Padell, your recommendation.
Madam President, the superintendent recommends approval of the Severn Elementary School deed of easement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Howell?
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Ms. Hamdawi?
Aye.
Ms. Pulliam?
Aye.
Dr. Tobin?
Aye.
Ms. McDermott?
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth?
Aye.
Ms. Schallheim?
Aye.
And Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Next up is item 7.05, Severna Park Middle School deed of easement. Dr. Padell?
Madam President, the superintendent recommends approval of the Severna Park Middle School deed of easement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, Ms. Howell?
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Ms. Hamdawi?
Aye.
Ms. Pulliam?
Aye.
Dr. Tobin?
Aye.
Ms. McDermott?
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth?
Aye.
Ms. Schallheim?
Aye.
Ms. Dent?
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
And item 7.06, Jessup Elementary School deed of easement. Dr. Padell?
Thank you, Madam President. The superintendent recommends approval of the Jessup Elementary School deed of easement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Howell?
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Ms. Hamdawi?
Aye.
Ms. Pulliam?
Aye.
Dr. Tobin?
Aye.
Ms. McDermott?
Aye.
Mr. Silkworth?
Aye.
Ms. Schallheim?
Aye.
And Ms. Dent.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
All right. Finally, any discussion on item 8.01? None? Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion to go into executive close.
So moved.
Second.
No, you got to read.
Madam President, I move that the board go into closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation of performance, evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, or any other personnel matters that affects one or more specific individuals.
Second.
Any discussion? No? Any dissent? All right. This meeting stands in adjournment for close.
Maryland. ¿Y qué te llevó a vivir en el condado de Anne Arundel?
Bueno, mi esposo era militar, entonces comenzamos nuestra travesía a Oklahoma, de ahí nos mudamos a Virginia, Alemania, y terminamos acá en Maryland.
Ok. Y cuando habíamos platicado antes, ¿tú tienes 2 hijos? Dos. Y una nació en Virginia y tu hijo en Alemania.